Let me see. Even in a month.
38?
It doesn't look like any local flora or fauna have really moved into the lair of the Lenormand. Perhaps they're still scared away from this place. Let me open up the actual sheet, though.
Is it Knowledge Arcana or Spellcraft, Marty? I want to know how long the illusions of the fairies last.
There's the cave. Let me just pull the guys who are actually here off to the side, and then delete all the rest of you.
Oh, let me goes invisible, by the way.
I see you. I smell you.
Okay, so you appeared along the Galleth. You feel naked without your horse.
Yeah.
Nothing has gone up into this. You tracked around a little bit. You're invisible. Are you Lemmy or are you a any one of
No,
your...
Lemmy. Just
Okay.
Lemmy. I just speak to you guys. I think it's a good idea to bring some of our fairies and have them put some illusions. I think they last fairly long.
They last forever. That's
Then
what permanent means.
Then why don't we do that then? Why don't we have an illusion of the Lenormand here? May not be that big, but it could be something in the darkness, like perhaps just sounds.
You guys talking, actually, you heard a splash.
Alright, let me...
It was around the corner towards the watery area.
Okay. Take a look.
Okay. Climbing along the rocks, I guess, and having a look.
Yeah.
Gallus a little bit slower with his armor, but catches up. Lemmy wanders.
I don't have my armor deployed.
Lemmy's
I don't have my armor
actually...
deployed.
Got it.
Yeah.
Lemmy's turning into an elemental and is above.
Okay. The splash doesn't come around the corner, but you can just see the eerie blue light coming out of the strange henge that Lemmy last told you leads to the elemental plane of water.
Goes to the water plane?
Yeah.
How long can you hold your breath?
No, Ukher. Not for your brilliant ideas. Perception, Marty? Anything in the water?
Sure.
I'll roll that.
43.
Yeah, you see a lot of, there are big, fat, plump river trout that are kind of swimming against the flow of the river.
Oh, they're swimming. Are they swimming?
Yeah, they're all in this big. Yeah, they're kind of all on.
Swimming up to here?
No. They're in the. They're in the
knowledge
deeper part
nature
in the center.
Yeah. Where did these guys? They weren't here last time. But then again, there was a dragon.
No, but the dragon would have been eating stuff. But
Yeah.
23 knowledge nature. Is this normal? This is where you'd expect them?
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of them. They're kind of small for a big dragon to eat, so they might have been nibbling off of other minor things. Maybe leftovers. Maybe the water's really clean and... life-filled. This light actually kind of appears to be sort of like a bubbling stream that is actually coming down the steps and the sides. Like the water is leaking into this world. At the same time, it's coming from other places. Like it seems to be a combination of water from this portal as well as cracks through the wall that are. So the whole room is like gushing.
Okay.
Ukher's gonna quickly prep a beast shape and
so
turn it into a fish.
Ukher plays with his alchemy set and
Turns into a fishy.
Turns into a fish.
Okay, what kind of fish?
Well, step in the water. We're turning into a strong fish. Sorry, that's not the word I want. Using
Strong fish.
Strong fish.
Monkey fish?
Pike.
Okay,
Ooh,
a
it's a
small
strong fish.
pike.
a small. I think it's a small pike. It could be a medium pike, but it's a small pike.
Okay.
It will be a small pike.
There's an angry fish in the water. It's the Ukher fish.
Lemmy turns into a large horse.
A large horse?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Gallows gives him
he's
a
like,
look.
I believe you're more comfortable with a horse. Like, get on.
Ukher is trying to say things, and he's a fish, and he can't.
This is
But
just
you
a
try to
fish
say
out of the water.
that fish is laughing at your ass. That is-
It's just opening and closing its mouth and gills. Lemio turns visible, I'm assuming, and then turns into a big horse.
Yep.
What's your strength right now?
Plus. Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
It's a strength 12 horse.
I actually have a strength 12 to start off with. So add.
Strength 14 horse.
Oh, wait, hold on. Plus.
Large. It might be a plus 4 strength.
Hey, wait a minute. No, I only have a plus 10. When I turn large.
Plus 14.
I'm gonna have
14.
a quadruped.
That makes no difference.
Quadruped, it increases your strength. Because
Oh, really?
its carrying capacity is what you cared about.
Oh, right. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about.
So you are a strength 14, no ant hauling, broke ass bitch.
So I can't carry.
Break Lemmy's back by getting on him.
So
I cast ant hole on myself.
Okay.
with ant haul, your light load is 500 pounds.
Okay, that's better.
So before ant haul, you would have been into the heavy load.
And can Lemmy talk in animal
Yeah,
form? Okay.
He's Ed.
All right.
There's a horse
Right, I got it.
without a saddle.
All right.
A saddle makes like no difference to me at all.
Yeah, at
Um,
this point.
There's chafe in my back, but I'll do it. I'll live with it. Hey, stop.
Yeah, I'll climb on board and deploy my armor.
Okay. Well, there's a tremendous amount of weight that is going on top of you, Lemmy.
This probably is what
under
is giving
500
the ant
pounds,
haul.
Still under 500 pounds, I assume.
Yep.
No, I weigh 500 pounds.
Oh,
500 pounds
God.
of steel! No,
Ukher swims around the little trout area.
Okay, you send the trout kind of moving away from you.
I'll swim to the bottom in that area, see if there's something like interesting.
Give me a percentile. Let's see if there's a random elemental water plane.
31. I'm pretty certain whatever happens in the water plane sucks.
And that was the day we lost Ukher.
He turned into a fish and swam away.
He was gone. That was it. We're done.
It's funny. It says Galeth comes back. Galeth, do you have fish breath? I don't know.
What are you talking about?
What did you guys roll? 31? Okay, so now you don't really find anything down here. You find bones from the dragon.
Okay,
From the dragon lair and little fish and little crabs.
I'm gonna grab a trout.
Okay, a couple of darts through the water and you've got a big fat trout in your mouth.
Okay, I'm gonna come to the surface and then turn back into Ukher.
Okay, you can see Galeth sitting on a horse.
What? I'm hungry.
Did you bring enough for all of us?
It looked bigger before.
Yeah, we're all ready to go.
Ukher
Says
will
the
sort of
horse.
I feel like if my horse didn't talk back.
I'll smack the fish against a rock to make certain it's dead.
Sure.
Well, if we teleport away and the fish just fell, like it was unwilling.
No, one stuck in the water.
Awesome.
Back we go.
Okay.
Yep. Teleport. To the
Teleport.
the
Water
beginning
walk.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still have water walk on, don't we? Water
Really
walk lasts
long spell.
for.
But you have to
10 minutes,
cast
probably?
your big long
You'd
spell.
have to cast it a spell. You'd have to cast it again.
All right, sure.
Okay, so you teleport back near the Odin's Gate. You water walk through, then you teleport back to Dvergholme.
Yep.
Are you turning back in from a horse, or are you still remaining as Lemmy horse?
No, I'm just turning invisible and staying as a horse.
Okay, so there's a Galeth kind of
Let
sitting
me.
in the
Why
air.
are you clopping?
Galeth riding around with nothing underneath him.
Lemmy's
my
gonna
goodness.
stealth around. Lemmy's gonna stealth around because you don't even hear that.
Galeth, you look like Wonder Woman. Just.
Alright,
Yeah.
you a bunch of chuckleheads. You return to Dvergholme.
Dicks.
Alright. And then you have that same meeting with Lokrik about what is the next thing.
We will get Lemmy to the big city, and then Lemmy can show Oberon later for teleport.
I'm busy crafting.
Eventually, you'll want to know the location.
Yes.
Right.
After I'm done crafting. I shouldn't even be at this meeting, although I'm curious as to what it is that you're going to do.
Could you do us a favor?
Of course.
A favor. Could you scry on us too?
Yes, I suppose. It wouldn't be an intrusion of your privacy.
No. Although if we're doing something that seems private, if you could avert your gaze.
Of course. Just to make sure that you're doing all right.
Yes.
Ah.
Maybe sending once in a while, if something weird.
He whispers to Turnia, Petalwing. She goes flying off, and then she comes back with enough vials for every single creature in the room. Can you make sure that there is a hair sample or a bit of nail for each of you?
Isn't that eaten up by scrying?
Yeah? But he wants samples.
Yep. Ukher will
Let me provide.
Okay.
get him the best epithelial cells he can.
The cohorts provide, if their masters deem it so. Tensender has no qualms about having a bit of his hair, tuft of his hair removed.
Fill the jar. Fill. Kieran, does Galeth want Kieran to give bits?
Sure.
Does Galeth take the bits off?
Himself?
Kieran doesn't have thumbs. Or the
Oh,
ability
yeah.
he could bite and tear, and that's about it.
Okay. There's
Yeah,
a-
he'll.
There's a flash
Take
of
over.
insight from Kieran. Something about bathing Tensender in golden light. Or some horse. Like Galeth you actually got an image of Galeth like picking up some sort of light bath and sort of like bathing Tensender in it.
My eyes might be old, but you know what to do. They do not deceive.
What are you speaking?
You saw it, did you not? The golden light.
But I don't know what it means.
It is that which you must do. For your chosen mount. This might not be him. It might be another. The goodliness of nature looks down upon you, well.
It was a wilderness scene, probably in a forest. Kieran, can you give me a knowledge planes?
I'm not as smart as some of the other unicorns out there. 20!
Okay. You think this was him giving Tensender a bath on Yggdrasil in some sort of pool?
It is a pool on Yg. Might be the pool you seek. It might not. Bathing him you shall. In the holiest of lights.
Help me seek this place.
I will do what I can. Not quite certain what that is right now, but I'll do what I can. I will think. I will contemplate this. And pray.
So tonight, Lokrik gained a kingdom in his 3rd mythic rank. Ukher got a legendary item. Lemmy,
Turn huge!
Lemmy's cohort is the first amongst those that has a mythic rank. And then Galloth is being shown how to make Tensender much more mighty than that of a normal horse.
Can let it all hang out. Mighty, mighty.
Remy made a friend with another mythic being, or a deal at least, and then Oberon got to craft your items for you.
Yeah, Oberon.
Well, when you put it that way, at least he gets to be clean.
Sure. What are we going to do next? You coming with me to visit the king?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
And do other things on
I
the
believe
way.
that's the right thing to do. We need to see this ring.
The prince's boat awaits us. We'll travel there by ship. Alright. Left-hand side of the room are staying. Right-hand side of the room are going. Assuming Remy's going to go visit the king.
I'm assuming the cohorts are staying behind.
It's a boat, so...
It's a boat. Cohorts can go.
Yep.
I'm bringing my
what's-
fucking unicorn with me.
All right.
Awesome.
I got a unicorn.
Sounds like they're coming.
And
Bring it with me.
And your no corn with you?
I'm gonna put the 2 of you on the front of a chariot,
Is this place supposed to be a city?
and we're gonna go in circles because the center runs way faster than you.
It's the capital city.
I'm assuming it's no place for.
Didn't buy him the horseshoes of speed.
Oh, he's already faster than you.
I assume it's no place for reindeer.
What do you mean?
Yeah, to bring. I mean to bring Danekinder.
There shouldn't
Bring
be a
Dinkinder. Here, Dinkinder.
Right on. Let me jump onto a hammock. Yes.
I'm gonna go get my my hawk and my hunting dogs to bring them along.
All right. So you bring this huge.
We're taking the boat, so
yeah, you take a Voslandic longship. You meet the prince, and you have a chance to speak to the prince on the voyage down.
you better bring your gift hawk too, you bastard. Gift hawk.
Gift.
Ukher will go get his gift hawk.
That's right.
Got it.
We're gonna go falconing.
We're gonna falcon something by, damn it.
I didn't train this thing just so we could leave it behind.
Here, where's the pack?
It should be under companions right below the
It is
characters.
now on boat.
Okay. The journey via boat.
Thunderball.
Where's the token for the
Premium
heroes?
hawk. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I taught this thing how to bombard, which means it can carry your bombs for you and drop them on things.
Yes.
Okay, and then let me just go to conversation and drop a bunch of tokens.
Bombs have to be thrown by the alchemist or they're ineffective. Not ineffective. They
No,
can't-
I don't
yeah,
mean
can't actually be
mean
used.
your bombs. I mean like
Alchemist fire.
fire and
Oh,
acid
okay,
bomb
Tangle
sorry.
foot bags.
My
and
bad.
holy water and things like that.
Holy water.
So the with that thing, Ukher can do a thing, and we can drag 6 million pounds, which is interesting.
6 million pounds.
All right, the prince is eager to meet all of you and seems to be in good spirits. There are several others that are with him. Not only is it the prince, but there is that mole and his father, the dwarven priest of Thor. The dwarven priest of Thor ends up talking about Thor almost the entire journey. He is trying to convert you guys to the religion.
Smart.
What does he think of Jotengrenner?
Oh, yeah. He's particularly trying to convince Ukher, and let me read you a little bit about Thor in a second. Voslandic important NPCs. We've got Grolavar the mole, and Grolstag. Have I told you about Thor? He says.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you again. Thor is the god of storms and thunder and war. There are many that turn to him. He's portrayed as a powerfully built man with a red beard and eyes filled with lightning. He's the strongest of the Asgard. Thor is the son of Odin, with a female giant named Jord, simply known as the Earth Goddess. Thor is straightforward and physical. He is popular amongst the common people. Thor greatly enjoys facing giants in contests of strength and martial prowess. His nemesis is Jormungandr, the world's serpent, whom he's destined to face at the time of Ragnarok. Thor has 2 sons, with a giantess. His sons, Modi and Magni, are prophesied to survive the Ragnarok. His followers believe that the measure of a person lies in how the person faces and handles challenges. One must be self-reliant. Individuality is favored. Those who succeed without a priest's aid often find the cult singing their praises the loudest. The teachings of Thor say that violent storms are a necessity, since they sweep aside the weak structures and wash away the detritus. Also, storms can bring and reveal new resources. In battle, physical prowess is foremost, and Thor's children often challenge that of Sifs in mock battles and other contests, in a never-ending argument of power versus skill.
Skillful power.
Ah. He basically tells you about the barbarian ranger god, Thor.
So Ukher is interested enough
Thor's alignment is chaotic good.
for if he's got like a spare holy symbol or like a pamphlet. Does he'll take the pamphlet. If you have the pamphlet with
No,
like little rows.
If you're willing to wear a holy symbol, he gives you his own, which is that of a short-hafted hammer.
Sure.
Okay. Is Ukher now have a god?
It's kind of like a Crom style god. If you're not going to help to fuck with you, it's mostly he's shooting at
The individuality and self-reliance sounds very much like Crom. It's like they.
Sure. My ancestors haven't been very helpful recently. Religion, I will put Thor with a couple of question marks after it.
Question mark? Question mark.
Maybe.
Thor.
Sure.
And I'll put the thingy on.
Domains.
Sounds like a cool guy. He's got a pin.
Chaos, good, protection, strength, war, and weather.
I agree with 4 of the 5. But I don't disagree with the weather, so...
Welcome, brother. We shall sing your praises the next time we're in Thor's Hall, which will be when we're in, Vosensaga, the name of the capital city.
Okay.
They seem to be really happy, like they've won a victory for Thor, recruiting
Strong guy, yeah.
recruiting
yeah.
the strongest man that has been in this area for a long time. You
Except for the other guy. But
a day later, you reach Figel Kreis. This is the citadel that Azildan single-handedly saved from the clutches of the Raven Esclav and some of Laudrum's cronies.
As he gave that tower to Lokrik as a present.
Which has got its impressive stone bridge and massive edifice around it. It's an impressive fortress, and then you continue to travel down the Jarnog River. 2 days later, you reach the Tons Flat, which means barrel raft, which is a kind of a logging town where they log trees and send the trees down the river. Lemio and some of the nature-loving priests don't like how many trees they're sending down the river.
Oh, Lemmy is doing plant growth like crazy around that area.
Okay.
the loggers are like, yeah! That's awesome!
I'm replenishing.
You end up in this foul little place called Moggerstown. Another day later, Moggerstown is a place where they catch the logs that are sent down the river.
Sometime along here, I'm going to use my carry companion spell to just shrink Tensender into a little statuette that I can carry, so I don't have to feed him or worry about him right now.
Just gonna tuck him away.
Yeah.
Get in the bag, Tensender. Get in the bag.
Get in the bag!
You go down, and Moggerstown is a little like a swampish village that where they catch the logs and kind of do a little bit of processing of the logs before sending them further down in more organized bundles towards Havenmere. Havenmere is a port town, not very big. It's just big enough for the boats to dock. Soon that brings you out into the open of the Raven Aegir, or the Raven Sea. So that's about 1, 2, 3, 4 days they spend in Ravenmere, and then we've got 1, 2, 3.
The Sith Lord returneth. How doeth you, Sith Lord?
Sith Lord, oh my god,
how is it thine backside? Has it been destroyed by thine loved ones?
Did you go to prison or something? What on?
He ate a burrito from a food cart.
Oh, damn, that's worse.
Okay, it should be about a 13-day journey.
Quick question, Marty.
Do we cross a 13th, 14th, or a 14th, 15th, or 16th during that time?
Good question. Ukher destroys the boat and everything on it. No, the 21st with 13 days brings you to the 4th of Hawley.
We've got 10 days of fun.
Oh, good.
Marty, quick question. While we're doing our travels and we are passing towns, if they do have farms, can Lemmy do his plant growth thing?
Yeah, we'll say that Lemmy leaves the ship a couple of times, flies over, blesses crops, and then flies away. We'll say that you roll a d4. You're able to
Cool.
bless some farms and Hrosin grass in the Sundalasora territories as you're going.
4s.
Nice. I know what you're doing.
Party pages.
That 9 on the D100 though.
As you're crossing the Raven Sea, you actually look westward, and you kind of see the mountain range that actually has the Featherstone Gate in it.
Yeah, go sour.
The Leaning Bow Forest are these really towering pines that are all kind of like coming out of the sides of the mountain range as the mountain range is going up, and it gives them a really strange look because they're all kind of hooked in order to grow straight up into the sky.
That's awesome.
And I mean, you can cast Great Food and Water, right?
You're told that the
Yeah.
Leaning Bow Forest is an excellent place to go and find wood to make bows. It's like the place that you would go to if you're a bowyer. You're told that the Tomersock Lake is the area in the Hovland territories between Sundal-Sora territories and Hrosengrass, where apparently there are a lot of horse riders. Like horses in this area come from Hrosengrass.
Oh, that's interesting.
That Tomersock Lake has a Lenorm. And this is the same Lenorm that you think that the
Was trying to kill.
the guy lost a few men when they tried to kill it.
They didn't kill it.
No, he
No,
lost men
no.
and they retreated.
Do you guys want to just go kill it and come back?
Do we know what kind of Lenorm?
You can ask the prince. Let's see if the prince knows. Let's see if the...
How does the prince smell?
What do you
Like
mean?
a bitch.
Like a young...
Like perfume and...
Ukher learned the prince's
he's
smell.
well dressed and he actually has perfume.
Okay, Ukher tries to learn his scent for later.
So there's an evening where you turn into Ukher Ulf and you're just like sniffing him. Is
Well,
that
No, he
I
always
don't
has
need
scent.
to. I have the scent in mind. I could do that, but I could just.
You're the
Hey,
one from my
what's
butt.
this big wolf thing on the boat?
Spinners!
you know that he mentioned that the Lenorm came from the water. So you got enough that whatever he... Let's see.
Is it a Lake Norm? No. Okay, it's fine.
You learn that it's a Tarn Lenorm, but you don't know what that actually means.
We know that the next time we get a sending from Oberon, we're going to say, "Could you tell us about a Tarn Lenorm?"
We're gonna get these really slow, like 28K modem connection response.
Well, actually, he could bust that out real fast if he wanted to spend his mythic on it, because it's just
Okay.
swift action. Bling bling bling
he
bling.
he could just write down the description on a piece of paper and we can scry on him.
There's a very mundane random encounter. There's another boat that passes by, and they hail you because they see this. It's less a flag and more it's like the symbol that is on the square sail is the heraldry of the ship.
And there's also a huge treant on the boat.
Yeah, and there's a huge treant hugging the mast. So, yeah, they hail the prince and the heroes as they go by.
What are the prince's bodyguards?
There's about 20 Voslandic warriors,
All right, they use bulk as opposed to.
plus the
Quality. It's quantity instead of
plus
quality.
the priest and the mall. They were sent directly with the with the prince. You soon enter a flat area of land, and he seems to the prince seems to really like, or seems to have the nostalgic feel for home. This is the kingdom of Vosgard, some of the best farms in all of Vosland. All right, sorry, got
Plant.
Kingdom
Plant
of
growth.
Vosland,
like
all
my
the best
home.
farms in all of Vosgard. You seem to be heading towards a river, and this boat is actually maneuverable enough that it starts to sail up the river.
Cool.
This is a lot like the plains where I was from. Mountain ranges on side, and then big plains for horses.
I have a picture for the capital city. And I'm actually going to drag the sheet for the capital city, now that you visited it, or are about to, into the public domain.
Is it big enough that we can research spells in it?
Probably.
I wouldn't mind researching some spells.
I kind of assumed this was going to become our new hub once we went
Okay.
this way.
So,
Liza.
notice that I've got two dots on the map. One is right in the middle of the river, where the river
Yeah.
splits, and then another large dot kind of on a small island that is separated by the river and a large lake.
Yep.
This Booborg is a massive stone arch that goes all the way across the river, and here's the picture for it. You'll have to look at the stream.
Oh, give me a second. I'll turn the screen.
This is the
give me a
picture
sec.
of it actually leaving, like, in the opposite direction you're heading, but you get the idea of Bubarg. It's also called the Castle Arch, as viewed from the port at Vosland
shit.
Saga.
Sweet.
For whatever
That
reason,
is
every
so
time I try to
sexy.
start
Put the
Twitch up,
pen
it
down.
just crashes.
Oh, you can
my
go to
browser.
capital. Yeah, sorry, you can just go to the sheet capital Vosland Saga and actually see it there.
Oh, okay, cool.
Capital.
So there's there's a big castle and a bunch of buildings up there along the stone arch that goes over the river, and then where these boats seem to be heading, like in the picture, there is an actual large metropolis. It's walled and it's on more of a flatter part of land, and there is a big port with lots of Voslandic style boats.
I can't find it.
I wonder how heavy that arch is.
World and locations.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah, we're looking.
It just
Okay, it
hasn't
just
synced
showed
up
up
for me
It
yet,
just
that's
showed
all.
up for me. Yeah.
Vosland Saga, capital of Vosland, is a large city on the world of Vosgard. There are 24,000 souls, roughly, that call this place home. The major religions are the Vosgard Pantheon, also Lakelander Pantheon and the Dwarven Pantheon. It is ruled over by High King Vosgard Ogmund, and maybe one day his son, Ogmundsson. It is known to be the home of a archmage called Morfar Warlock, which translates into Vosgard Grandfather Warlock. Also, the two most famous Vazarum that live there are Trugd Thorgrimsson and Dag Arnjot. Thorgrim, sorry.
One of these people is upset with one of our people.
No.
No.
No, it's a misunderstanding, is what it is.
The marketplace base value is 8 grand, purchase limit 50 grand. This is before qualities are added, so this might actually be a little bit larger. It has a 7th level casting market. It can train 11th level characters. There's a number of minor, medium, and major items that I have yet to roll that are on the market.
Cool.
Eventually, we might be interested in knowing the libraries and sources.
Yes, give me a diplomacy check as you're asking the prince about this.
Cool.
Do it, night boy! Ting!
Make a diplomacy check to make me make a diplomacy check.
I prefer to substitute a strength check for the diplomacy check.
Ask him now. Okay.
I will diplomacy you not to use your strength check to diplomacy me to diplomacy him.
Oh my.
Let me get the thing up here. Yeah, he's interested about because he wanted to learn some higher level paladin spells and he couldn't. Oh, come on, Twitch. All right, here we go.
Twatch.
Twatch, you bastard. He's not a dwarf. I might have to stop wearing my dwarf ring out here.
In non-dwarfton?
In non-dwarfton, yeah. Can somebody roll me a... Oh, no, here it is.
See, John does it too. I remember when I used to be made fun of for sounding all hick-lack and going, could you roll me a 6?
Yeah, 36.
Could you roll
on the
me a
diplomacy check.
D20?
He's inquiring about the faiths and
All I got to do is roll me
libraries.
All
All I got to do is roll me a D20 and add me here modifier.
I don't like the cut of your jib, boy.
I found out where that phrase came from recently, by the way. Different nations would have their jib sails in a different shape, and so you could tell where the ship came from by looking at the cut of their jib.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
So
Well,
36 is
36.
Yeah, okay. Oh,
I don't know
he's
why
happy to talk to the paladin, the hero of Aegis. Yes, my father has decreed that due to the sheer number of people that are in Vosland Saga and the fact that dangerous magics can end up in the hands of his enemies, that all those that wish to learn from his libraries and from his wizards must go through him.
A wise decision, I suppose.
It's a little bit overlordish. Like, not only is he king, he's kind of like, no, I'm come through me. You know, that's.
I am Magic Man. Nobody learns plane shift without me.
Unless
That's
you are...
not unreasonable.
Now, he does not speak for the gods, but most of the research, or spell research, you would have to go to Ansa Uppsala to speak to them. There are other religions, of course, that are allowed, but I'm not sure whether the temples could actually help you. Of course, there are ways around this, he says. Grandfather Warlock, he's been around for so long that he can name his own apprentices if he wants. He's a blind old seer. You don't want to be on his bad side, or your divinations won't be very good.
Interesting.
He has a very uncanny ability to see people's ends.
I'll keep that in mind.
So the king maintains basically a storehouse of knowledge, is what you're gathering.
Okay.
And there may be other religions that specifically can do research. He's not a divine caster. It doesn't seem like he knows a lot about it.
Right.
But as for the wizard stuff, yeah. You don't want enemy wizards running around.
No.
Where does an alchemist fit on that scale? They're kind of like wizards.
Blasphemers.
He doesn't see the difference between the alchemist and the wizard.
See, the wizard is a scrawny guy who casts spells, and the alchemist is big, strong guy who makes things.
The ship slowly sails through Buborg, and you can see people waving at the prince's sails, knowing that the prince is on it. Mark, this is 13 days into a journey where you guys have decided to go to the Voslandic capital.
Smart.
While Oberon was crafting our stuff, we figured it'd be better to be on the same plane as him.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of the arched citadel that guards the way to the city in the worlds and locations area.
Eventually, Ukher will pick that up and move it.
Move the arch.
Yeah, just 20 feet down the river.
We need to guard over here. Fucking Hercules cartoon. They're actually. There seems to be a procession of people and people cheering as the prince has come back victorious from his voyage to go visit the dwarves. There seems to be a jubilant atmosphere with the prince's return.
Are there any? Meh.
Genuinely, the people seem to like the prince.
He's likable. He's got this little breeze that keeps poofing his hair around.
Give me perception checks. The DC is 40 to see if any of you notice the invisible Morphar Warlock watching you guys.
Nope.
I can do this if I roll a 20 and then roll a D6. Remine?
I can do this.
Lemio?
Hang on.
Super perceptive.
Geometry?
Fuck's sakes. There we go.
Let me see if this tree is any good at seeing things.
Seems unlikely.
Rude.
I have cataracts.
Right. I fucking can't. Ah.
I can't see.
Nope, not me.
Okay, so
I rolled. I don't see where my.
You didn't.
I'm sure you
roll
could do it.
correctly because you have a capital D. Your D is too big, Ahmed. It's the first time you've ever heard this.
yes.
Oh, you son of a.
All right.
Oh,
so
I'm a
Ukher now
fucking
wearing
loser.
his new holy symbol of Thor, being converted to the religion over the 13-day journey. He was taught that Thor is kind of like a big wrestling god, and
It's
likes...
big wrestling god, and you're holding the hammer that made his hammer.
Yeah. Nice, Mark. Nice. Mark will show you his god, and then drink out of the cup. It also appears that Remine is wearing a holy symbol of Thor.
Yes.
Is that right?
They seem confused, and they welcome you to the church. They say that self-reliance and strength is what what
You
is
can
most.
pick up big things.
Show me.
You just want me to pick something big up?
Yeah, if you're a follower of Thor, prove your strength.
Hey, Adam, would you prefer a
Alright,
Braun
he looks for like a
messenger?
big table or something.
Yeah, this is during the voyage this happened. There are like huge logs that were being sent down the river. The logs probably weigh 2,000-3,000 pounds apiece.
Okay, yeah. Oh. How about one of them?
They laugh.
Oh, you think that's funny, do you? Alright, watch this. Flies down. Cracks his knuckles. Reaches down, grabs it, makes a big strain on his face, and uses his brain to lift them up. He takes
Okay,
a
so it
point of
makes it
bird.
look like the little guy is lifting up a huge log.
Yeah.
Give me a bluff check.
Okay. I'm gonna double check my bluff score.
Dun dun, the little guy going, yeah! Underneath his log.
Yeah, hang on a sec. Damn it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Stupid. Yep, plus 15. Alright, here we go. Boom! I'm gonna spend a mythic point to make that better.
Sure.
By 4, so I got a 23.
I don't know how you did it.
Not only that, once he's got it up, he uses his telekinetic throw to launch at 480 feet.
Landing on the embankment. They invite both you and Ukher at your pleasure to go visit the house of the Hammer, which is located in the capital city, to be properly welcomed into the Brotherhood.
Much appreciated.
So both you and Ukher are now sporting
Don't you embarrass me.
holy symbols of the god. of
When
thunder.
they're not watching.
Is Remine actually allowing himself to be converted to the religion, or is this just?
Oh no,
trick
no,
to-
it's
to-
just
Okay,
he's wearing it just cuz.
interesting.
It's just blasphemy.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just a mild case of blasphemy. And a little
It's
bit of
interesting because there's a few
trickery.
creatures that Thor might watch in this universe.
Oh,
Ukher might be one of them, and you're near him.
It's true.
Is Thor also like the god of thunder or anything?
Yep.
Oh yeah, also like shoots lightning from his hands.
Okay, you've got them fooled.
Don't you embarrass me. I don't know how far I can throw a gnome, but I bet it's pretty far.
Okay, upon reaching the large, bustling capital city, the ships. You didn't realize the Vosgardians had so many ships. Dozens and dozens of them. Most of them for raiding, although some of them transporting goods. And then all the small boats. The big port city, kind of on the edge of this split river that leads to a lake. You are escorted to the Great Hall of the King. Basically, it's a drinking hall that warriors and other guests get to stay at before they make the ascent to the Buford. The Bugard? What did I call it? The Buborg. Basically, the castle arch is actually where the king has his palace. You guys are in Vosland Saga. The prince stays with you in this place. It's a big, merry hall with lots of people. They feed and they feed and provide you drink. They look after your animals. You're treated like visiting dignitaries in sort of a rough, sort of way. Like this is a really informal culture.
This is a good culture. Inherently. I like how they work, like how they function.
Claire's the chaotic neutral guy.
Yeah. Wait a sec. Am I the divining rod? Does Ukher like it? Yes. Okay, these people are bad. Is that Does Ukher look like he's having fun? Yeah. Let's shit on
having
these people.
fun and enjoying people like going up and introducing themselves to the big strong man. But there's a table you notice of your companions that they're all sort of clustered together, acting like sticking out like a sore thumb, acting kind of like unsure foreigners. You're given a room which is kind of loud because this drinking and carrying on seems to be 24/7 in the hall of the king in Vosland Saga. You don't get the best sleep in the world. Good thing Oberon wasn't here. He'd probably be complaining. Maybe old Oberon would be complaining. New Oberon would just sit quietly.
Oh, isn't it wonderful that we can't?
New Oberon would be creating a silence spell, permanent silence spell item that he could just pull out of a extra-dimensional space and put down and sleep in it.
It's just the heroes of Aegis that are invited to go see the king.
Okay.
Which leaves behind some of the.
Are there any? How do you normally see king?
We ascend to the arch and go and visit him in his hole.
Is a rule like back home? I would have to wear a funny robe, special shoes, and nobody carries axes.
No
I
special.
don't think things are quite as formal here.
No special dress is required. You can bring your mounts if you need.
Hey, horny! You want to be my mount?
No.
I got a horn for you.
Okay, the prince has a white steed that he rides. You get a raft across the river, and then you begin to ride through a well-groomed road up to the side of the arch. There is a small barbican keep that guards the pathway up the arch. You actually leave your mounts at the barbican keep.
That's fine.
Okay.
And then you begin to ascend up the arch, and you see that there are a number of temples and great halls, and some strange posts with faces on them in the upper part of the city. Plus there's the fortifications, as it looks like they could rain hell down upon any boats that were not welcome in this
Hell's
area.
health, we stabbeth thee from the top of this.
Right, especially given the way that the Vosgardian boats are kind of low-hanging to the water and sort of open from above. Attacks would be bad. It looks like they could probably dump liquid fire and have all sorts of catapults and...
They have... Look at that. That is real fire.
Is it one of your alchemy tricks?
Yeah, but big.
The fortifications involving the liquid fire look newer compared to some other places where it's just dropping stones and like gravity doing its work. Seem to be much, much older. There's actually a well in the middle of the city, and when I say well, it's not a well to water, it's a hole in the middle of the arch that leads all the way down.
That's quite the hole.
Is it this is Sparta hole?
Well, it kind of kicks you out into the
Could
river.
be, right? Anything's in this
Buddhist
Sparta.
5,000.
This is Ukher hole.
And then the Hall of the King is this beautiful birch and oak built building where not a single nail has been used in the craftsmanship. This is the height of carpentry.
Yeah.
Kind of sloped roofs and little weird gargoyles on the ends of them, and it's really open and spacious. It smells wonderful of cedar when you get inside. And now finally you meet the king, who's sitting in a simple seat that looks like it's made out of dragon bone.
Are we on conversation sheet?
Yeah, conversation, okay. And I'm going to get the High King Ogmund.
Should really have made some things out of Lenorum bone. Oh well.
No, nobody's intending on dethroning anybody, right?
Not for a few more
Right.
mythic tiers.
I don't plan on dethroning him, just decrowning him.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not.
That is awesome. I like Mofar's token. I even somewhat don't just go like, my god, with the purple lipstick, but oh my god.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's a good
He's
choice for
he's
him.
an old king. He's got a breastplate on, but he's got more loose fitting robes. He's got a low hanging crown. He is sitting on his simple seat. There is this creepy old man with sort of a gnarled face. You can't tell whether he can actually see out of the little tiny pin pricks for his eyes. He's got these weird black lips, and he's tall, leaning on a staff as he's watching you as he's watching you come in. There's just something about him that screams Archmage.
That means if I try to punch him, he warps 30 feet away.
And then there's this tall woman that seems maybe from the same bloodline as Thrud. She's 7 feet tall, white hair, and she's just got this look of like she's not impressed by anything. And she's leaning on this large cudgel, looking at all of you as you walk in. Father, I have returned from the halls of the Dwarf King. May I present to you King Lokrik of Dvergholme and the Protectorate of Rovland, as well as the migrant kingdoms of the dwarves, and the Heroes of Aegis, Ukher of Thor, Galith the Silverhand, Lemmy O of Yggdrasil, and his cousin Remy Nay.
Lemmy's puts his hand on his head.
Thor as well. Ah.
Ukher gives a dirty look to Rami, right in the middle. Fuck me.
Yeah, your mounts are no longer here.
Lemmy's just looking at.
Come closer.
He stands over here.
Lokrik goes and gets on one knee. By the fealty of my ancestors, know that I will extend my fealty as well to the king of the Voslanders. Rise, king, I accept your fealty. And also your gift. And you notice that Lokrik had taken something from the vault, a small box, and they take it away. He doesn't open his gift right now. I've been eager to meet you. I must apologize for not going up and touring my northern realms. It has been some time since I have done so, and I understand that you have pledged to keep Rovland safe, defeating orcs and giants and werewolves, as well as deposing certain crooked thanes that saw themselves as jarls and betters.
Ukher's kind of looking at Galith.
Yes, we had a disagreement with the Jarl of Runeshod, and he pauses for a moment and sort of almost maybe subconsciously kind of compulsed to glance sideways towards Galith. And
He's just standing there, composing himself.
okay. We have sworn to look after the lands of Rovland, and have slain many beasts there, as well as in Dvergholme. Ah, yes. The skalds tell me that you defeated the Vilgren troll. Is that true?
Yes.
Lemmy nods.
Excellent. The gods be praised for such heroes to come from my northern realm. It was not expected, but your presence here is welcome. As High King, I extend to you the courtesy of heroes. You may have lodging, drink and food, and women if you desire. What is mine is yours for the asking.
Access to the libraries.
Ah.
Except for that. Oh, fuck.
And what sort of access are you looking for, Ukher, strongman of Thor?
I am looking for more secrets of